Hi, so let's make this super comfortable A-line jumpsuit with a halter neck. Now to begin, we have to mark some space, leave some space from the edge of our paper. I'm leaving 4 inches. This is supposed to be the wideness of your hem. So if you want the wideness of your pants hem to be a little bigger, you add to 4 inches, maybe 6 inches. If you want it a little lesser, make it like 4 inches and you'll be fine. From there, I'm going to mark my vertical measurements, that is my waist to hip and my waist to crotch. For the waist to crotch, you simply divide your hip divided by 4, then you add 1.5 inches. I'm going to mark that as another side of the paper so that I'll get 2 points that I can join together to form straight lines across. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to take the width of my hip. My original hip is 41.5. I added 2 inches and I'll divide the results by 4 and then I input it. You can add more than 2 inches if you want your pants a little bigger. I just want it a little relaxed but still quite fitted. Now you add your crotch extension for the front. What you do is you take the new hip that you added the 2 inches to get, you take that one and divide it by 20, and then whatever you get, you add half inch to it. That will be your crotch extension for the front. Now from the crotch line, you come up by 2 inches and just blend and connect from the end of the crotch extension to that 2-inch mark. You can use your curve or you can use freehand, whichever way is comfortable. Now I'm taking my waist measurements. I'm not using any dots here, so I'll just leave it as is. Then you join it back to your hip line. Here you can still use your curve if you have some with you, but I'm just using my hand. Now that line that hits the hip line, I'm just going to extend it back to 0 at the hemline, as you see me do. This is what will allow our pants to flare out. Then I'm just going to join from the crotch line straight downwards. And that is it for my front. I'm just going to cut it out. It's so simple, guys. It's so simple. Now that we are done, we are just going to put our front on top of a fresh piece of paper. The paper should be the same length as the front, but the width of it should be a little bigger than the front. We are just going to use our front as a template to create our back. Now, the intersection there, we are going to mark from there our crotch extension for the back. Our crotch extension for the back, we take our new hip measurements divided by 10, and then we'll add 1 inch or 0.5 if you don't want it too loose, but I added 1 inch to mine to create that relaxing effect. Then that 2-inch mark that we came up, we are going to mark it on the back pattern. Then we'll come to the center front waist and then we'll mark. Then we'll just lift our front and then connect those 2 dots to give us our crotch line. Now that line becomes our center back. So on the center back line on the waistline, we are going to come in by 1.5 inches or 1. 1 is okay for a moderate bum, but 1.5 will be okay for a bigger bum. So we are coming in by 1 inch on mine, and you connect it back to that 2-inch mark that we made. You can just use your hand to blend it back to the crotch extension, or you can use your curve. Waist measurements, I'm just going to mark my quarter of my waist measurement plus 1 inch for that. Then I'll blend it back to the hip. Sorry, I lost a little bit of footage, but I hope you understand. Then at the inseam of my back, I'm just going to either go straight or give it a little curve so it can cap my back a little. If I wanted it loose without even the slightest capping, I just go straight from the end of the extension and I cut my pattern out. Now what's left is to create my dart. I'll just come in at from the center front, my half of my nipple to nipple measurement. I'll just extend that line downwards, then rule a straight line. Now at the waist, I'll just mark down 3 to 3.5 inches for the dart and then put half of the 1 inch on either side of the line. Then I'll just connect it back to that 3.5 inch mark. Then that's it, my pants. To begin with the top, I'm starting with my back. So I'll be measuring my back vertical measurements. So my shoulder to nipple and my shoulder to waist for the back. My shoulder to waist for the back is 14.5. Then I'll mark that and mark that at another angle so that I can join the lines to get straight lines, or join the points to get straight lines. From there, I'll be marking my across shoulder measurement. So half of my across shoulder measurement is 7.5, and I'm going to draw a straight line downwards. The next thing I'll do is to create my shoulder slope. That I'll be coming down 1 inch. Then on my neck width, I'm going to use 3.25, and then I'll connect it back to the shoulder slope point. From that shoulder slope, I'm going to mark my armhole depth. Mine is 7.5. To get your armhole depth, simply divide your bust divided by 6, then you add 1.5 to it. I got 7.5, so I'm just going to square it out from there. Then on that line, I'm going to mark my bust divided by 4. To create my armhole, I am going to find the midpoint of my shoulder line. You can come in as much as you want, but I'm just sticking to, mine is 2 inches, so I'm marking that 2 inches, and I'll use my hand to join it back to the we made on the armhole line. Then I'll take my waist measure divided by 4, then I'll add 2 inches for that allowance. Now I'm adding 2 inches because I will use 1 inch to take that and then use 1 inch to shape in the center back. So I'll create my dart line by using my half of my nipple to nipple measurement. On my dart line, I'm going to take 1 inch and distribute it half on one side of the line and half on another side of the line. Now that the length of that dart line should be 7 inches. Then you're going to join it back to the points we made to create our dart legs. Then we'll come to our center back and take in the remaining 1 inch. And then we are just going to blend it all the way to 0 at the shoulder line. This helps remove any zipper bulge and make your back lay flat on your body. Now to get our neck depth for the back, we are just going to come down by 1 inch at the center back, and then we'll blend it back to the shoulder line. Now that we have our back, let's move to the front. First of all, we measure our shoulder to waist for the front. Mine is 16. I'll measure and then mark that line across. Then from there, I'm going to measure the side seam of my back. Whatever I get there, I'm going to come to the front and input it. Then I'll create my across shoulder, half of my across shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Then I'll just draw the line. This line is going all the way to that second line that we made. Then we'll take our shoulder slope, our 1 inch shoulder slope, and then our neck width, which is 3.25. And then we'll input our bust measurement divided by 4. On our waistline, we are going to input our waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch for our dart intake. Then we'll join that back to the bust line. To create our dart, we are going to divide our nipple to nipple by 2. Then we'll input it and create a straight line, just like we did for the back. Sorry. Now the 1 inch we added as allowance, we are going to take half of it from each side of the line. So half on the left side, half on the right side. Then on the nipple line, we come down 1 inch. And from that 1 inch point, we'll join it back to the points we made on the waistline to create our dart. To create our armhole, we need to come back to our back and then measure the length of our armhole for our back. Mine is 9 inches. So we are going to make sure whatever we get for the front is also equal to 9 inches. So we'll mark our 2 inch on the shoulder line just as we did for the back and then join it back to the side seam. We'll measure this line as well. I got 10.5, which means the difference between the front and the back armhole is 1.5 inches. We are going to be eliminating 1.5 from our armhole line. So to do that, we'll first find the midpoint of that armhole and then mark it. We'll use our curve to join it back to the nipple point. Then from that line, we'll mark that 1.5 inch downwards on the same curve. Then we'll use our curve again and then join it back to the nipple point. The next thing to do is to measure the top line to the nipple point. Whatever we get, we are going to make sure the bottom line is also equal to that same amount. Mine extends past the armhole line, but that's fine. We are going to mark it there. I add ½ inch just for any future allowances. Then I blend it back to the side seam. After this, I'll just come to the neckline and then create my neck depth. I'm using 3 inches or 3.5, and then I'll blend it back to my neck width point. And that's it. I'll just cut out my pattern. So this is a princess seam.